welcome to my channel. My name is Selena and this is Occupied by Fashion, where we're all about growing and glowing with fashion. Today's video is going to be about how to buy luxury smart. Typically I make videos on unboxings and impressions, but every once in a while I branch out and do something a little different, something more in depth about how I buy luxury and what makes it more affordable and fulfilling for me. So I'm going to share that with you today. So if you're interested in how to buy luxury smart at the best price and to ensure satisfaction, stay tuned. So my first one is going to be to browse around. Different retailers have different prices, and different countries or origins have different price tags. So for example, I reside in Texas in the US, so common stores are going to be, of course, the boutique itself, but then Saks Fifth, Neiman Marcus, Rudolph Goodman, things like that. But then in Europe, and then you have Louis Roma, I think that's in Europe, but you have Harrods and Selfridges, who also have the same brands, but typically they can be found more affordable, and sometimes the import fees that are attached to that bag are less than the bag itself and taxes if you buy it in the US. So for example, I recently talked about a Saint Laurent Kate bag in medium. That bag would be about $2,300 after taxes in the US, and I got that bag from Selfridges after shipping and import fees for $1,600. So of course you saved about a good $550 on that bag. That's just an example. So I say always shop around, kind of get a feel of the price and the average price of that bag. Now this includes only brand new. I'm not talking about pre-loved or like used, anything of that sort. So brand new, shop around, because sometimes import fees are less than the bag price itself in the US or wherever you are. Just shop around, find the best price and figure out an average and figure out like what you're willing to pay for the bag. Second tip is going to be time. Time is very, very important. As the seasons change, as holidays come and go, as new collections drop, bags differ in price. So for example, like the off-white jitney bag. The jitney bag is the staple bag of that brand, and they have new bags every season, especially the one with Virgil's writing on it, like salary inside, the one that I have, but sometimes it's cash inside or whatever it is. Typically the season before that, the exact same bag, different phrase, is going to be like 30% cheaper. I wish I would have known this when I was buying mine, but now I know, right? So I'm letting you know. So yeah, as seasons change, as collections drop, prices differ. Now, Saint Laurent, not really. I'm not really a Chanel person, but they have their annual sales, but they're typically invite only. So I mean, you have to get invited to those sales typically. But brands have their sales, except for Louis Vuitton. I don't know. I've never heard of it. But like a lot of brands have their sales. Saint Laurent has actual sales in store and online. Gucci does not have a sale on the website, but they do have sales at permitted retailers, like Sensei. Sometimes like you can find the difference in price, like I said before, from Harrods or Selfridges, or sometimes Neiman Marcus or Saks Fifth. So it just depends. So when you're considering buying a bag, think about the time you're buying it. And if a holiday is coming up that's close, if you can wait, you'll probably save some money. Third tip is going to be buying in store versus buying online. And I say if you like a brand, try to shop with the same person if you're in store, and gain that sales advisor. And if you're online, call, like when you meet a person on the phone, because I mean they do help you, and typically they'll often tell you their name and their extension. So if you like them, feel like they will help, reach out to them, buy from them. That way when you want something or something's out of stock or hard to get, you have somebody vying for you to find that item for you. And sometimes, typically when you build up status and a lot of purchases, you'll get free items, like maybe a card holder or like a pillow or a blanket. Like, so I mean, it's worth it. Now, like I said, you could be like me, where you just buy what you buy when you buy it. But now that I'm getting more so into it, I am trying to be strategic about how I buy, and that's something I'm considering now, is sticking to the same people per retailer. if I can. Fourth thing is going to be have a wish list, a budget, priorities, must-haves. I find myself like if I write out, this is my first year, but I wrote out what I wanted to buy, when I wanted to have it by, and it helped me not shop as frequently because when I was shopping, I was actually looking for a specific item, and when I wasn't shopping, I was actually researching the item. Now, I never made a purchase that I regret, but I can see how that happens if you're not actually buying something you really want or something that you know what you're getting. Now, you're always going to have surprises, but I do feel like if you have a wish list, those items you're going to want. You're going to know the in and outs about those items. You're going to know the price. You're going to know like when it increases, when it's kind of available, if it's not available. If you have a budget, then you're going to be more strategic about what you choose. So what you are choosing is going to be what you want and what will make you happy. And then your priorities. When I say this, I mean like you don't have to, but I recommend like considering the brands that have price increases more frequently first. So for example, like me, if there's Louis Vuitton item I want, Gucci item I want, I'm probably going to buy the Louis Vuitton item first because they have more frequent price increases. And I know that. So I just feel like it's easier to buy the item when I know that I like it, because if I want it, I want it. And what's the point of waiting and paying more 6 months from now? If you can. And that's why I say have a budget. That way you know what you're going to buy for that year and for that time. Like never put yourself in debt over a handbag or anything like that. It's not worth it. So like make priorities, set goals, like reach them. And then must-haves. So I do feel like some items are hard to get. So like having a wish list and priorities and must-haves, to me, they're the same, but they can be different. So if a must-have item comes in stock, of course, go out and buy it. So I'm not saying like stick to the list, only the list, but I'm saying have a familiarity with what you want, when you want to get it. That way it's just like you're not like just, oh yeah, that bag, I like it, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. And for sure go shopping here and there, but try to have like a wish list or a budget or a list or a must-have. That way you kind of know what you're buying, you know where you're headed, you know the direction you're going in. It just makes it easier, I think. And my last tip is going to be buy what you love. Like I know people say all the time investment pieces and the difference in buying to sell and buying to wear, price per wear, classic versus trends. Yes, they matter. Yes, they each have their pros and cons. But at the end of the day, if you love what you're buying and you're going to wear it, isn't it worth it? For sure. I mean, I think so. I don't buy bags to resell them. I don't buy bags to like anything but wear them. So if there's something that I like, I'm going to buy it. Don't let people necessarily influence what you buy. And that's happened to me. Like, I didn't even realize it, but when I first saw the YSL Lulu bag, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. And now I really want one, but I'm toying with it because I don't know if I really want it or if I've seen it so much that I do want it. And that's why I'm saying have a wish list. Put the item on your wish list. If it stays there for like a while or good enough, you know you really want it, because I'm easily influenced. And yeah, not necessarily the best trait that I have, but one that I'm dealing with. So yeah, don't let like trends or, I mean, classics are great. Classics, I think, are nice to have, but if you want a trendy bag, buy the trendy bag. Buy what you love. If you buy what you love, you're going to be more happy. If you buy a classic and you're too scared to ruin it and wear it, was it really worth it? No. So essentially, buy what you love. So yeah, my 5 top tips for buying luxury smart is going to be browse around, think about the time, get a sales advisor, a client advisor if possible, knowing your in-store versus online options and the benefits of them, having a wish list, a budget, priorities, must-haves, somewhere written down or mentally thoroughly written down. It's easier if you see it, you kind of manifest it, it's going to happen for you. And lastly, buy what you love. Don't pay too much attention, like I said, into investments and classics and trends. Buy what's going to make you happy. Buy what you're going to feel confident in when you have it on. Buy what makes you feel like this bag is this killer, it's stunning. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope it helps you out. If you have any more questions about like how I buy my bags specifically, I do have certain stores for certain brands. If you would like to know, just ask me, like, oh, where do you buy something from mostly, or where do you buy Gucci from mostly? I'll be happy to let you know, share the inside scoop with you, at least my 411 with you. But yeah, if you like this content, consider subscribing. I make luxury videos every Sunday.